5 early predictions for the 2021 NBA season. Hey guys, welcome back to NBA Hub. Today, we'll talk about 5 early predictions for the 2021 NBA season. Let's head into it. Number 5. Dallas Mavericks. Can Dallas finally make a free agency splash in 2021? Mark Cuban and company largely wasted their post-finals era with Dirk Nowitzki, watching one free agent after another as true from Dallas to a different location. From Dwight Howard to DeAndre Jordan, Dallas could never find the right co-star for their franchise anchor. With the slate of free agency misfires fresh in the memory bank, Cuban ditched the free agency altogether in order to build the Mavericks' new dynamic duo. He surrendered legitimate assets in order to move up and take Luka Doncic in the 2018 draft, and 7 months later, he swiped Kristaps Porzingis from the Knicks. And don't count out the trade market for Cuban's next move. Dallas would be a great fit for Bradley Beal, though he has expressed continued commitment to Washington, as would fellow 2-guard CJ McCollum. Expect Dallas to have heavy interest in the next superstar who enters the trade rumors. The Mavericks could also bide their time and hope to make a splash in 2021 free agency. Tim Hardaway's expensive deal expires after 2020-2021, and Courtney Lee will be on the expiring contract next season. Dallas could also deal Dwight Powell, Maxi Kleber, or Seth Curry to clear additional cap space, and they could receive a modicum of assets in return. It's hard to see the Mavericks serious contenders for Antetokounmpo, but they could still land a max player, albeit one of the next tier of NBA talent. Number 4. Los Angeles Lakers. Perhaps Los Angeles emptied most of its war chest in the Anthony Davis trade, but LeBron James and company aren't completely devoid of assets should the Lakers look to acquire a third star. Kyle Kuzma is a productive young forward with 2 years before he hits restricted free agency, and Los Angeles still has its 2020 and 2021 first-round picks. The Lakers still have an opportunity to improve the roster after 2019-2020. LA could even run the West even without a blockbuster deal, at least in the first half of the 2020s. James remains near the peak of his powers, and Davis is a top 10 talent at just 27 years old, when James' time in the spotlight is done as the Lakers search for a new all-star running mate. This is anything but a short-sighted plan at the Staples Center. Number 3. Miami Heat. Pat Riley pulled off perhaps the greatest acquisition this century when he lured LeBron James from Cleveland, and he'll presumably be in a strong position for an encore in July 2021. The Heat could have Jimmy Butler's contracts as their only max deal on the roster after 2020-2021, and even if Bam Adebayo inks an extension before July 2021, Miami could still have room to add Antetokounmpo. The Greek Freak is certainly at the top of the Heat's list, but is he their lone option 2 summers from now? Miami could have a slate of choices outside of Antetokounmpo, albeit players who don't exactly make the Heat Finals favorites. Riley could create twin tower situation with Adebayo and Rudy Gobert, and Drew Holiday would fit Miami's physical ethos. Chris Paul will continue to remain an option, though it's likely he'll opt into his $44 million deal in 2021-2022. The Heat should strike again in free agency with the 2021 class, but outside of Antetokounmpo, the Larry O'Brien Trophy may remain out of sight. Number 2. Golden State Warriors. Unlike Miami, the Warriors still possess the elite talent to contend for the finals, even without Antetokounmpo. Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson have the profiles to age well into their 30s, and a top 3 lottery pick could be entering the Chase Center in 2020-2021. Even if the Warriors make a minor splash compared to the summer of 2016, they can still vault to the top of the Western Conference. Golden State's cap sheet is the complicating matter in Golden State's plot to recapture the West. Andrew Wiggins is on the books for $31 million in 2021-2022 and $33 million in 2022-2023. Perhaps Wiggins taps into his number 1 pick potential and serves as a 4th All-Star in Golden State, but bearing it's a massive turnaround, it's unlikely the Warriors will be able to dump his deal without sacrificing an asset, and Wiggins isn't the most egregious contract on his own roster. Draymond Green's performance continues to plummet, and he's not a player who will age gracefully into his 30s. With a contract that potentially extends through 2023-2024, significant draft capital may have to be sacrificed to deal Green. The outlook may look bleak for Golden State, but frankly, the Warriors can deal all the draft capital they want if they land a big name in 2021 free agency. If Bob Myers begins stripping the team's assets next season, be on high alert. A major free agency splash could be on the horizon. Number 1. Los Angeles Clippers. Both the Lakers and the Clippers sacrificed a war chest of assets in order to acquire their pair of superstars, and frankly, both moves look prudent enough for the first 60-plus games of the 2019-2020. James and Davis have led the best team in the Western Conference, but looking toward the next decade, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George may have the upper hand. The Lakers' deal for Davis forced him to deal nearly every young asset on the roster, save for Kyle Kuzma, and while their collection of future draft picks is a slight upper hand on the Clippers, they don't hold significant value given the likely fall in the late 20s. The Clippers still have chips to cash in. Landry Shamet and Patrick Beverley are under contract until July 2022. Ivica Zubac's deal lasts through 2022-2023. The Clippers could also re-sign Montrezl Harrell this summer, then trade him in the future seasons. If Leonard and George commit to the Clippers again after 2020-2021, they could quickly move to acquire a third star, fueling the Western Conference's next dynasty. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.